Hey Gary, this is Connor with Hope Home Inspections. He's going to go ahead and do a summary of what he found. So I'll let him go ahead and take it away.
Hey Gary, hopefully you're having a good day. We're just finishing up your inspection here at 816 Cincy, I assume.
Cincy Street, yep.
Look at that. Everything looks really good overall. We'll start on the inside with a couple things.
Yep.
So included in your package was a 4-point inspection. The 4-point inspection is asking you status of AC units, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and in this closet specifically, right here, we got some exposed wires. So
Where? Oh, right here.
Coming from this receptacle going up. You have some over here as well, and that receptacle.
And what do those need? What do you need to do?
That needs to be put inside some sort of conduit.
Okay.
Whether it's flexible or rigid, doesn't really matter what kind of conduit. The other thing I noticed, as we had previously talked about, was cloth wiring. That is a cloth wire right there, the round one.
That round one right there?
That round one right there is a cloth wire, and it is active. There's a couple different spots that have some active cloth wiring.
Okay.
So again, there's two different types of cloth wiring. In the 60s, they started to switch them over. You had the original stuff that was wrapped in paper and then was wrapped in cloth. And then you had the newer style that was wrapped in tar and then wrapped in cloth. These ones are paper wrapped. Some insurance companies get a little picky about that, but ultimately it just comes down to the insurance company.
And the thing is, you said the wiring in the attic and ceiling has all been updated.
A majority of the wiring has been updated to Romex, yes, but there is still some active cloth wiring.
So might be good to have an electrician come assess the whole thing?
I would absolutely say so.
Okay.
And that was to my next point. So you have whole room GFCIs that they added. They're in the laundry room, and they run a majority of these receptacles in this living room area. As I was taking my tester and plugging them, they were tripping the GFCI. So generally I have to manually trip those. If I can get this out of my pocket, I have to manually trip them. They were just tripping with movement. From my experience, usually that's the receptacle wiring might be a little loose. So as I'm plugging them, they're just tripping that breaker.
Okay.
So what I would highly recommend is getting an electrician to come in, take a look at those, and potentially take a look at the cloth wiring.
Okay.
You have another exposed wire, and I'll show you over here. It is in what we call your laundry room. Same thing with this one right up here in the corner. You have your main service entrance in that gray conduit, that orange wire right there. That needs to be in the same thing, needs to be in some sort of conduit.
Yep.
So just those two locations is the only thing for the 4-point.
Okay.
Everything else looks good. We can actually walk outside if you'd like, and I can show you a couple spots that were a little of concern to me. So I did a full test inspection. There was no signs of any termites, any previous termites.
Yep.
But whenever I'm doing these inspections, I'm always looking in the soffits if there's any gaps. Stuff like that can let in drywood termites.
So you're really not supposed to have that gap. There should be something around
There
that.
should be something covering that. So they use what's called a sconce, this little thing, to try to hide it. But
Right.
ultimately, this should be, in my opinion, spray foamed and then caulked over to completely seal.
Spray foamed and caulked over.
Yeah, that's not really doing justice.
I gotcha.
Drywood termites are a big thing in this area, a big thing in Florida in general.
Yep.
And they'll love to go through these little gaps.
Okay.
So when I got into the attic space, didn't see any signs of drywood termites. I didn't see any signs of any pests.
Okay.
So attic space looked good.
Good.
Other than that, it is in really, really good condition. The biggest thing is just the 4-point items.
Okay, so we have to get that taken care of for him to get a proper 4-point in insurance.
Yes.
Okay.
So once it is repaired, then you can call the office and schedule an inspection, a new 4-point inspection.
Okay.
There is a fee. It's $175 to come out and do the re-inspection.
Okay.
As long as everything's taken care of, we'll take some pictures, we'll issue him a new 4-point, and then everything will be good to go.
Okay. Pool heater, pool equipment.
Everything worked great.
Everything's
I did everything manually, like the listing agent was saying. It does run on a wireless Pentair system, but I am able to turn all that on manually.
Okay.
I was getting great temperatures coming from the pool heater.
Yep.
All the equipment's working great.
Okay.
Everything looks good.
And what was I going to ask you? These windows. I mean, they're not impact or anything. None of them are. Okay, but they're not original.
No, these have definitely been updated. So I did doors and windows for 11 years.
Oh, you did?
I replaced a lot of doors and windows.
Okay.
These are plate glass windows. They're just raw windows.
Okay.
You can either put window protection in front of these, or you could use impact resistant windows.
Either way.
So for the wind mitigation, you have good nailing in the attic space. He's got a clip with 3 nails.
That's what I was going to ask you about the roof.
Roof looked great. great.
What about stainless steel screws and all that stuff?
So this doesn't have exposed screws.
Oh, it doesn't
It's
have
a seamed roof.
Oh, okay.
So there's no exposed
Somebody
screws.
told me that the way you're supposed to do a metal roof is this way.
Is this way.
So this was done properly.
Seam panels are a little more expensive,
Yep.
but they're recommended. They're always recommended.
Okay.
There's two different types. You have a standing seam like this, and then you have exposed screws.
This was 2008. What's the lifetime on this? 50 years?
50 years is
Okay.
what the insurance companies really
Okay,
look for.
good.
Realistically, could last longer than that.
Okay.
But generally, insurance companies, I'll get 50 years of life on it. Is
Okay.
The way we do 'em.
The pool pump worked fine. The heater worked
Yep.
fine once you bypassed it.
Yep, everything with the pool equipment worked great.
Okay.
I did notice on the outside deck that a couple of the pavers were a little loose.
Yeah.
Just as I was walking on them.
Okay.
But nothing major. They
That can
weren't
be
slipping out
sealed.
from under my feet. They
Okay.
more than likely just have to be re-embedded
Great.
in that underlayment.
Okay.
But-
And that's it?
That's it. It's in really good shape. I'm going to leave my personal number with
Yes.
your agent just in case you have any questions about the report.
Perfect.
I am always available to you. You can give me a call any day.
Thank you so much.
anytime. And that's it.
All right. Thank you so much. Turn us